Are you going to France with your passport and suitcase? Great, but if your tech isn't ready, you could end up lost, offline, or locked out of your accounts. In this video, I'm breaking down 5 must-know tech tips that will save your trip from SIM cards to power adapters to one critical phone call that most travelers forget to make before they leave. Let's get you digitally ready for France. So for tip number 1, you should place a travel notice on your bank and or credit card accounts if you're planning on using those while you're abroad. And so this is very important because if you don't and you try to take money out of your account at an ATM or use your credit card at a store abroad, it could trigger a fraud alert on your bank account and you will be locked out of your funds while you're gone. So to avoid that, all you'll have to do is just contact your bank and just call their toll-free number, and they can easily put that travel notice on there for you, and all you'll have to say to them is, I would like to put on a travel notice to my bank account, and I am going to France. And then they'll easily get that done for you. And some banks, like the Charles Schwab bank in their checking account, with them, you can just put on a travel notice on your account online in your online account, and you won't even have to call them. And it just takes less than 5 minutes. So it's a very easy step, and it'll really help you avoid a lot of issues down the line when you are actually abroad on your trip. And so for tip number 2, you will want to also download offline Google Maps on your phone. And this is really important because if you are first landing in France and if you don't have cell service yet, or if you're in a rural area that doesn't have any signal, then you'll want to have some kind of maps to still be able to navigate around if you need to. With Google Maps, it's really super easy to just download the offline maps. You'll just scroll the map over to France, over to the area where you're going to be going, and then you'll click download and it'll download those maps for you. And they are good for either a year or 2, and that should be plenty of time for you to be able to use those maps. So that, like with number 1, this second tip is very easy to just go ahead and do it right away before you even leave, and then you won't have to worry about it. For number 3, you should bring a couple of power adapters with you when you're going. And I say specifically a couple of power adapters because with the way they are set up, it's very, depending on what kind of adapters you get, they could seem very flimsy. Like for example, with this one, it's pretty good. Like I haven't had any issues with it in my couple of years of using it, but I'm just worried because the way that the Europe plugs are set up and the way that the adapters have to be made, there's this plastic piece that will flip up, and then when you're done, it flips down. And so I am personally just worried that this piece will just break off. So my recommendation is to just bring 2 adapters with you. So that way, if one breaks, you'll have a backup that you can quickly use and keep your electronics powered and plugged in, and you won't have to go scrambling trying to find another one on your ship. And also, if you're interested in checking out this one that I have been using, I'll go ahead and have in a link to it, to Amazon, down below in my description if you're interested. And so for number 4, I would also plan on buying a SIM card or eSIM card for your phone. to use on the trip so that you can have data and internet service on your phone while you're abroad. And I would not recommend trying to use international roaming on your current phone plan from your home country because those are often very expensive and you don't get that much data to use in those plans. So you will be incurring likely a lot of charges by trying to use international roaming on your current phone plan. And that is why it's a much better deal to just get a temporary SIM card service for France specifically to use. And there's many ways you can do this. You can go and purchase a SIM card either on Amazon before you leave, that you can use right away when you land at the airport, or one of the ways that I would recommend doing it is to go and look at any tobacco shop that you might see. I'll put a picture of it on the screen, but when you're walking around in France, you'll see a lot of stores that say tabac on them, and it'll be in red letters. And tabac is just the French word for tobacco, and it's a very prominent sign, so you'll know that it's a tobacco shop when you see it. So I would go there and see if they have SIM cards because a lot of them have those in stock. And if they don't have it, you can also just look for some just little small shops that specifically sell phone accessories. There are plenty of those in France as well. So I would just go into one of those and get a SIM card from there if your phone requires a physical SIM card because they in those stores they have a lot of package deals that are around 20 euros or even less than that, and they'll give you a lot of data. In my personal experience getting those, they have a lot of data, and I never even use the full data amount that was in there. So those are perfect because you do have a lot of data in case you need it, and they're a very good price. The other thing is if your phone is capable of using an eSIM, this would be the best way to get internet service for France on your phone because you can go to a site like Airlo and check out any kind of package that they have, and those are even less expensive. You can just pick out something that works for your needs and purchase that and figure out how to implement that when you first arrive in France. And so one thing that I would not recommend doing for getting a SIM card in France is to go to a stand at the airport and get a SIM card from there because those packages are overpriced. Those are often 50 euros and up, and it's just not a good deal. And you can just use one of the ways that I already mentioned to get a much better deal on an internet service for your phone. And so the fifth tip that I have for you, which is really, really important and it's often forgotten about, this one is that you should try to forward your phone calls that go to your regular cell phone number to another internet-based phone number that you might have. Like if you have a Google Voice number or a Text Now number, which is something that I have used for a long time. If you have one of those, you can just forward your regular phone calls directly to that internet number. And if you already have that Google Voice or Text Now number or whatever it may be, if you already have it set up before you leave for your trip, you can access it while you're abroad and you can get your voicemails and calls that are going to your regular phone number on this internet number without having to use international roaming for your regular phone plan. And this is very important because if you are trying to sign in to your bank account while you're abroad or any other account like that, those often include the need for multi-factor authentication. So if they want to send you a code and they need to call you about it, then this forwarding setup will help you get those codes while you're abroad and it'll be perfectly fine. But it is important that you set this up before you leave your home country. And so if you wait and you try to do it while you're already out of your country, then this won't work. So it is very, very important to get this set up right away. I usually do this when I get to the airport, when I check in for my flight to leave. I'll just do it then and it will be out of the way. The way you are going to set up this call forwarding, if you're in the United States, is you'll just need to dial a code on your phone, and you can just Google this for your specific phone carrier. But if you are on Verizon, you will dial star 72 followed by the 10-digit phone number that you want to forward your calls to, and then you'll activate the call and you'll dial that combination, and it will tell you that the call forwarding has been activated, and that's all you have to do, and that will remain in effect until you take it off. And then if you want to deactivate call forwarding, you'll just use the same dial code setup that you used to activate it. And like I said, you can just Google that and just make sure you know which way you have to do it for your specific carrier. But for example, if you're in the United States and on Verizon, you will just dial star 73 and that will deactivate the call forwarding. And if you just do star 73 and call that, it will give you a message that call forwarding has been deactivated. Now that you are digitally ready for France for your trip, check out my video where I discuss uh, travel essential items to bring on your trip. And thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.